Hello lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Anna, hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The beach romance that once sparked headlines between Hannah Brown and Kat has come to an unexpected and emotional end. What began as a whirlwind connection filled with affection, chemistry, and late-night laughter has now crumbled under the weight of reality, distance, and unresolved tensions. Sources close to production have revealed that the breakup was not as sudden as it may have appeared to fans. Cracks in the relationship began showing just days after the final rose ceremony. While Hannah and Kat seemed like the picture-perfect couple on camera, off-screen conversations painted a different story, one filled with misunderstandings, jealousy, and a growing disconnect. During the final week of filming, Hannah allegedly started expressing doubts about the seriousness of their bond. She was overheard confiding in a close friend on set that things were moving too fast, and that she wasn't sure if she and Kat were truly aligned beyond the romantic setting of paradise. Kat, on the other hand, had been deeply committed. Friends say she had even discussed moving closer to Hannah post-show and was ready to take the relationship to the next level. This imbalance in emotional investment began taking a toll on both women. The tipping point reportedly came during a disagreement over post-paradise plans. Kat had been under the impression they would make joint appearances and potentially live together temporarily. Hannah, however, wanted space to return to her regular life and recenter after the intensity of filming. A heated conversation on the final night led to Kat walking away in tears. By the time the reunion special aired, insiders say the two had already called it quits, though both tried to maintain a united front for the cameras. Observant fans noticed the tension, lack of eye contact, rehearsed smiles, and careful wording. At one point, Hannah said, "Sometimes you meet someone amazing, but the timing isn't right," while Kat simply nodded without saying much. After the special aired, the two unfollowed each other on Instagram within hours, a digital move that spoke volumes. The internet exploded with speculation. Some believed it was a publicity stunt. Others pointed fingers, accusing one of cheating. But a source close to Hannah shut those rumors down, stating, "There was no infidelity. It was emotional misalignment, not betrayal." In a heartfelt Instagram post days later, Hannah addressed the breakup. "Love is not always enough," she wrote. "Kat and I shared something real and beautiful, but we're growing in different directions. I'll always hold space for what we had, but now I need to focus on myself." Kat followed with her own statement. "I gave everything I had. I have no regrets. I loved hard, and I'm walking away with my head held high." Fans were divided. Some supported Hannah's decision, saying it takes courage to admit when something isn't working. Others sympathized with Kat, praising her vulnerability and sincerity. Behind the scenes, friends of both women have offered different perspectives. Hannah's camp insists she felt pressured into the relationship due to fan expectations. There's this narrative that people expect from paradise: fall in love, stay in love. But Hannah's a realist. She knew the beach isn't the real world. Kat's circle paints a different picture. They believe Hannah grew distant and emotionally unavailable in the final days. Kat tried. She really did. But she felt like she was falling alone. Production sources confirmed that during overnight dates, producers gave the couple space, hoping they'd solidify their bond. Instead, those were the nights when tensions peaked. One producer shared anonymously, "There were long silences, moments when Kat would leave the room upset. They weren't yelling, but they also weren't connecting." As the breakup news went public, both women received a wave of support and backlash. Hannah was criticized for allegedly leading Kat on, while Kat was scrutinized for being too intense. But both have remained composed, choosing not to engage in public drama. What makes this breakup more impactful is the cultural weight it carried. As one of the few high-profile LGBTQ+ couples to emerge from the franchise, Hannah and Kat's relationship was seen as a breakthrough moment. Their split, therefore, feels not just personal but symbolic for many viewers. Commentary poured in from Bachelor Nation alumni. Demi Burnett tweeted, "Breakups hurt, but it doesn't erase the love that was real," wishing them both healing. Meanwhile, Becca Tilley commented, "Representation matters, even when it's messy." Proud of both these women for being honest. Insiders say that both Hannah and Kat have turned down post-show dating offers and appearances, for now. They're focusing on healing. Kat has been seen spending time with family and has reportedly started therapy to work through the breakup. Hannah, meanwhile, is diving into new projects, including an upcoming podcast and book tour. Despite the heartbreak, both women have expressed gratitude for the journey. In a recent Q&A, Hannah said, "Kat was one of the most emotionally generous people I've ever met. That doesn't change just because we're no longer together." Kat echoed a similar sentiment in a story post. "You don't unlove someone overnight. You just learn to love yourself more." Their fans are now left hoping for individual growth, potential reconciliation, or at least mutual peace. Whether they ever cross paths again romantically is uncertain, but one thing is clear: their story made an impact. The breakup is a reminder that even in the most romantic settings, true love is complicated. The paradise experience may foster sparks, but sustaining the flame in the real world is a different challenge altogether. For now, Hannah Brown and Kat are walking their paths separately. But in doing so, they've shown maturity, grace, and a willingness to choose authenticity over performance. Their paradise may be over, but their individual journeys are only just beginning. A new sneak peek for Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise is giving some insight into which singles coupled up on the beach in Costa Rica. Swan has an exclusive look at what's to come on the dating show. The clip begins with host Jesse Palmer welcoming the contestants to Costa Rica alongside Hannah Brown and Wells Adams. "Who's ready to fall in love?" he asks. Another shot shows Justin Glaze making out with Lexi Young in the pool, followed by Kat Izzo and Dale Moss popping champagne on a boat. This is certainly an interesting coupling, as both Kat and Dale have gotten engaged on Bachelor Nation shows before. In 2020, he proposed to Claire Crawley on The Bachelorette, while Kat accepted John Henry Spurlock's proposal on Season 9 of Bachelor in Paradise in 2023. Since both relationships have since ended, Dale and Kat returned to the beach for another shot at love. However, things don't seem to be going great for Kat, as she's later seen in the sneak peek crying and saying, "He's so mean." Of course, at this point, it's unclear who she's talking about. Sean McLaughlin also looks to be getting some action in one scene, while Jess Edwards and Spencer Conley can be seen chatting it up and getting intimate too. Another pairing? Bailey Brown and Jeremy Simon, although there may be some trouble in paradise between them, as she's seen asking him, "Do you want to be with her?" This new preview doesn't give any insight into what the golden contestants are up to though, so that's a whole other element of the show we can look forward to. And yes, there will be drama, as Bailey points out. Drama always happens in paradise. The truth is coming out on Bachelor in Paradise. Thursday's episode of the popular spin-off saw the arrival of former Bachelorette Hannah Brown, which sent confusion through the beach given her engagement to Adam Woolard. Before Hannah stepped onto the beach, the singles had already descended into chaos thanks to Avon's arrival. Last week, Kylie had been eagerly awaiting Avon's appearance, but decided to accept a date with Will in the meantime, angering Olivia, who'd had her own moment with Will. With Avon's arrival, though, Kylie's focus shifted fully back to him. The feeling was mutual, as Avon opted to ask Kylie on a date instead of Olivia, despite the latter woman's best efforts. "My soul left my body," Will said after Kylie agreed to go out with Avon. With that, Avon and Kylie headed out on their yacht set date. After Avon had some trouble popping the champagne, things went off without a hitch. "I would love waking up next to him every single day for the rest of my life," Kylie told the cameras. "We'll make babies. They're going to be beautiful. It's literally my wildest dreams. I'm so excited." Avon was likewise thrilled by the connection, as he told ET before heading down to the beach. "This process can work. Getting to know somebody in a shorter amount of time, you can find people. I'm excited to see who's down there and see if I can make a connection with somebody." Back on the beach, Blake and Jess were continuing to connect, as were Brayden and Kat. Aaron B found himself in a love triangle though. He'd initially expressed interest in Mercedes, but turned his attention to Eliza without a word to Mercedes. When Eliza, who was at the center of a dramatic love triangle last season, found out about Aaron and Mercedes' kiss, she pulled away from him. While that drama was unfolding, Hannah stepped onto the beach and made it seem like she was there to date. After talking to several men, though, she informed the singles that she was there to help them on their journeys and told them to get ready to get real at a bonfire that evening. At the bonfire, Hannah got right down to it. Through her interrogation, she discovered that both Kat and Brooklyn were into Peter, that, though Sean liked his connection with Rachel, Jess was on his list as someone to get to know, that Blake would be open to talking to someone other than Jess, that, while Brayden had a one-track mind for Kat, she was still hoping to meet Tanner and Tyler, that Aaron B was solely focused on Eliza, that Kylie considered Avon a better kisser than Will, that Olivia would have been Avon's second choice for his date, that Olivia would send Kylie home from Paradise if she could. This bonfire lit the beaches of Paradise on fire, Sean rightly remarked after the fact. With that, Kylie officially ended things with Will due to her undeniable connection with Avon. It never feels good to be rejected by the person you're falling in love with, Will told the cameras afterward. He wasn't sad for long, though, as Mercedes expressed her interest in him, and he reciprocated. As the rose ceremony approached, Greer, Brooklyn, Kat, and Olivia were all vying for the only available rose, Peter's. Peter ended up choosing Olivia, sending the other three ladies home. We're wrapping up here for today, but the excitement of trending gossip doesn't stop here. We'll be back with new surprises very soon. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe.